it's Kai and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing my happier beauty favorites, which is basically just the products that to me have stood out the most in my brain, that I've been using the most, or even if it hasn't been like a using the most situation, since I have some products that aren't a product of my project pan, or some products that are a part of my project pan that I've been focusing on, so I haven't use some other products, but these are the products that I'm reaching for. If I'm not using my project pan makeup products, I'm just going to jump straight into it because this is likely going to get to be a long video. I'm a little bit tongue-tied today, so I wonder what's gonna come out of my mouth. I recommend you go get a snack or something, maybe even a whole meal for this one. Let's kind of do this video from the beginning of my routine, including all of my beauty, to the end of the routine. So first is like the shower and body care, and I've really been enjoying, so much so that I cut this open, I emptied it, the First Aid Beauty KP Bump Eraser Scrub. I like that it is a physical exfoliant as well as a chemical exfoliant with AHAs. It's very gentle. I have pretty sensitive skin, like all over my body. Like my cat scratched me and it's, you know, a little bit swollen looking. Even I know people are like, oh, worry about cat scratch fever and stuff like that. It's not that. I'm just going to swell up. Like even someone lightly just kind of like scratching me will cause me to welt a little bit. So even though I'm a person like that, this isn't too, you know, strong or isn't too irritating for my skin. I do feel like it really helps get my dead skin up in a way. Again, quite like this. There's apparently a strawberry scent that I really want to pick up for the repurchase. And then I have a few different types of body washes that I quite like, but one that is a constant repurchase for me is the Naturium, the Glow Getter Multi-Oil Body Wash. My best friend, I was helping her move into her new apartment actually, and she had gone to Target to pick up some home things, and she was like, you know, I saw on TikTok this was viral and people said that it's really good for making your skin soft, and you know, I'm just trying to get my skin soft, and I was like, this is going to get your skin soft. I absolutely love it. And then paired along with another favorite from them, the Naturium, this is the Glow Getter Multi-Oil Body Butter. These two together, you will have the softest, smoothest skin of your life. That is a compliment that anyone who like touches me, whether it's been people that I've gone on dates with, people like in my family, whatever, they always compliment on how soft my skin is, even when I'm ashy. Like my older sister was telling me how she was editing some photos of me that she asked me to model for, and she was like, Kylie, you were so ashy in them. And it's just like, even if I am ashy, which I just have really dry skin and sometimes I get scaly, and you know, if I don't get in enough with the exfoliator, it happens, you know what I'm saying? It's a normal part of having dry skin. But she was like, you were a little bit ashy, like especially where my jeans were rubbing as we were doing different poses and stuff. But it was just like, okay, it was ashy but it was soft, like, you know, and glowing, like, even, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, these two products will have your skin glowing. They don't have like a very noticeable scent, like kind of like a light, it's light sweet. I wouldn't even say it's specifically floral or specifically vanilla. It's just kind of like a light sweet scent, I guess, and it has the same scent as the body wash. Again, nothing that like lasts on your body too long. For scent, of course, I love the EOS body lotions, and the one that I've loved the most, especially as of late, is their new one in the pink champagne scent. This is so incredible. I love, love, love this. It's just really juicy, almost smells like fresh cut pears and apples. What are the notes in this? It says pear, champagne, ruby, pomegranate, and plum suede. It's just really nice and juicy, and then it has a little bit of a musky kind of base to it. I've been layering this with so much as of late. It is, like I said, ridiculous how much I've used this for how short of a time I've had it actually, and I, again, love all of the EOS lotions, but this has just been my favorite for the summertime, honestly. I thought the Strawberry Dream one was going to be the one that I was obsessed with, but it's the pink champagne for me personally. And then as far as making my body smell good, my favorite deodorants are still the MegaBabe ones. I've tried some other deodorants and I do like them. There is one, the First Aid Beauty Whole deodorant. I've tried that one and I quite like it, but I just haven't had it, I feel like, for long enough and used it long enough. Like, I did a little video on TikTok about it, but I just, again, haven't used it like long enough to call it a favorite. But that is one that I do really like, especially as a sweaty, stinky gal. But the MegaBabe ones are still like my #1 top favorite. This is the green deo one. It's just the one that I currently have, you know, in the rotation. I also really like their pink one. I can't remember what the name of that one is off the top of my head, but that one is also very good. So again, if you're looking for an aluminum free deodorant and you want something that isn't going to irritate your underarms, and something that, even though it doesn't have aluminum in it, it actually like lasts, like you don't smell stinky like a Subway sandwich by the end of the day. Again, sweaty, stinky girl, which is me, approved. With skincare, I actually only have 3 favorites, and honestly one of them is something that I've been using for quite a while now, but I've just used it in a different purpose, and so I wanted to share that purpose as well. These are the Hero Cosmetics Mighty Patches. These are just like the hydrocolloid pimple patches, and I don't get a whole bunch of pimples on my face. My skin currently is a little congested, like you can see some on my forehead and such, but I don't really get a lot of pimples on my face. But an alternative use that I found this is really good for is for my herpes outbreaks, because the ones that I get are honestly, it's not like the blistering, oozing, nasty, like, you know, depictions that you'll see on Google or that you learned in sex ed and stuff that was really just fear-mongering. Mine quite literally just looked like a little pimple, like whitehead and all. So I've started using these on them, and it, just like a pimple, sucks all the gunk out, dries it up, and in like 1 or 2 days it's gone. So just saying, because there's so many people who are like, oh, it's so serious, it's such a big deal, like it's literally just pimples that are caused by a virus. But anyway, this is really good for that. Again, my skincare routine honestly stays pretty similar or pretty much the same, but a product that I've discovered this year that is amazing is the Byoma Hydrating Milky Toner. I'm still on my first bottle, but I can tell I'm getting towards the bottom of it, and I use this pretty much every day, almost every day and night. So it's lasted me quite a long time, because I purchased this before I left my job, which has now been at least a month and a half, so almost 2 months ago. Yeah, really like this. It's good just to set a good hydrating base to the skin for the rest of your skincare. And I've also been keeping my skincare a little bit more basic, like no more than 3 or 4 products in a routine if I'm, you know, doing a mask or a chemical exfoliant that night or something like that. But I've genuinely tried to keep it more parsed down to just hydrating products, and I feel like that, in addition to more consistently wearing sunscreen over the past few years, is what has contributed to me having fewer breakouts, of course, along with just like actually cleaning my skin, you know, when I'm wearing makeup, washing my skin off. Part of the congestion that I have going on is because I did not wash my makeup off one day last week. But anyway, yeah, it's just I've been keeping it more simple, and this moisturizer is such a hydrating, moisturizing, all over amazing moisturizer that I don't even really feel the need to have, I guess, a super intensive routine. This is the Phytosurgence Verdant Forcefield. I got sent this from them and then I repurchased it myself. So that's how you know it's real. If I'm just like, okay, I ran out of it, I like don't necessarily, I don't know, I'm not that person who's gonna be like, oh hey, can you send me another one of those? Sometimes I'm just like, oh, let me just spend my own coin. So I spent my own coin and bought another one. It's a fantastic moisturizer. It has green tea in it, which is really nice for soothing the skin. I've actually used this on my sunburn as well from, you know, I took a beach trip and was just like sunburn all right around here where you can still kind of see my tan lines, and this soothed my sunburn. The sunburn didn't end up peeling. It didn't really like hurt. Like it felt hot and a little bit sensitive to the touch, but it didn't hurt. So again, we love a multi-use product. Absolutely love this. My favorite moisturizer. I'm literally just trying to use up other moisturizers to get rid of them. Lastly, for skincare, this is a rather new favorite, and it's one that replaced another good product, the Naturium I talked about the body products. The Naturium cleansing balm, the purple ginseng cleansing balm, that one is also a really great cleansing balm that I quite like, but it was in my last empties video that I posted last week, and so I picked up the Lip Bar Total Meltdown Makeup Remover Balm to replace it, and this one I really enjoy as well. They're honestly pretty similar to one another. You do get a little bit more in the Naturium for like $2 more. I think this one is $17 and the Naturium is, at least in my area, $20 at the same Target. But because I feel like with this, a little goes such a long way, and with both of them they do, I really don't like notice that the size is smaller. It's not like I've run out of this, and granted, I haven't been wearing a lot of makeup. Sue me, sue me. I haven't been wearing a lot of makeup because I've kind of been in a little bit of a depressive episode / recovering from burnout, one of those two things. Don't know really which one yet, but I've kind of been in that mode, so it's been hard for me to put on makeup, but I'm getting back to feeling more like myself and wearing more makeup, which means I need to take it off. But again, this one's really good. It takes off my makeup. I don't think I have tried it with waterproof eyeliner yet, just because I don't really wear a lot of waterproof eyeliner or waterproof makeup in general, so that is something that I will have to like come back to at the end of the year. But so far it takes off all of my, you know, regular proof makeup, and it also doesn't blur my contacts, which is a super huge issue with a lot of cleansing balms and cleansing oils. So when I find ones that don't do that, it's great. I also like that it comes with a little spatula. I wish it had somewhere like on or in the cap to put the spatula, but it is small enough to just kind of put in the packaging, so that's what I do. It is what it is, but yes, I really am a fan of this one as well. Okie dokie, and into fragrance before we end with the makeup. I have a few fragrances here that I just feel like I've talked about a lot, especially over on TikTok. I feel like my TikTok is a little bit more fragrance focused than maybe my YouTube channel is, but I can definitely do more fragrance videos on here. If there are ones you guys want to see, let me know. I'm always open to any ideas or anything you want to see, any reviews, like just let me know in the comments. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fragrances. I wanted to limit it to 5 because if I'm being honest, I could probably put like 15 or 20 fragrances. I could do a whole video dedicated just to my most used fragrances of the first half of the year, or my most loved fragrances of the first half of the year, or the overlap between them. But again, I can't do that in this video, or else we'll literally be here all day. So one of my favorites that I'm super happy to have a full size of, courtesy of the kindness of someone on Perfume Talk, Haven. Her @ is Uncommon Smells. You probably have seen her, especially if you love indie perfume. She's great. Anyway, she sent me her extra bottle of the Maker Libertine, which is one of the most best juicy, citrusy, light, fresh fragrances to ever exist. And I know this bottle barely looks used, and that is because it is barely used, because I finished a like other little travel size of it, and I also have another travel size like a sample bottle of it, so I used those up. But this is, it's so good, and it's zesty. It has pomelo. It's just a little bit woody. I'm not really a woody fragrance girl. A lot of woody fragrances tend to start smelling like pencil shavings and things like that on me, and this one doesn't do that. It's just beautiful. By far my favorite, the Maker fragrance, and again, quite possibly my favorite fragrance of the year, or favorite fragrance that I've tried this year. Fragrances that make it hard to say that any one fragrance is my favorite that I've tried this year includes Blocky. I'm a Blocky affiliate, just want to throw that out there. I have a coupon code with them, but Blocky in every season. I will only talk about products or recommend products or become an affiliate with brands that I actually stand behind, and this is a fragrance that I stand behind. Like, if she did wrong, someone, I would have to stand behind her. I just would. She is beautiful, coastal white floral, zesty, a little bit citrusy on the top goodness. Like, I bought this with me on a beach trip and just doused myself with it when going to the beach, and it brings me back so many just like happy, calm, whooshing, like, you know, when you can feel, or you've been at the beach or in the pool or in some body of water, and it feels as though you can like, just feel your body when you're, say, lying in bed or on the couch or something like that, just floating. That's what this smells like or feels like every time I smell it. It's absolutely wonderful. Again, 100% a fragrance that I stand by. I've acquired a lot of new Monde Gourmand fragrances, and while again I could do a video with 20 fragrances and at least 10 of them would be Monde Gourmand fragrances, including ones that have been launched this year, these are the two that I would say are my top favorite that I've tried from them. The first is 000, which I believe this launched last year, but I didn't try it until this year, and it's just light. I think it's like lemon and sugar and musk, and it's just so light, fluffy, and clean. It smells amazing. I love this as like a, just anytime I need to throw on something to feel put together, to feel like I'm pretty, to feel like a human. And then the other one that I absolutely love is from their Coterie of Creators collection, which the entire collection is amazing, and it was so hard to not put all three of those fragrances in this video. But my favorite would have to be Ethan's fragrance, which is Tache de Cafe. This is just like an espresso and kind of, I think it's like pepperayus or like a little bit of paper. It has an ink accord note in there, and it's just like light academia, I would say. Like, it's not super deep. I feel like I was able to get away with this in like the office when I was still working in an office, and like during the summertime. It's not too cloying or anything like that. It is such a beautiful fragrance. It's really unique to my collection, and I think that is why it's become a favorite of mine. Like, the dents don't lie. I haven't had these for all that long. I think I've had them for maybe 3 months, and I have a pretty big collection. Like, I'm talking about 5 different fragrances in this video. That's supposed to be like more of a summary, because it was harder for me to not talk about at least all of these. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, I have a really big collection. I've accumulated a lot of new stuff. I've gotten on more PR lists and stuff like that, which I'm super grateful for, but it means that like when I do put a dent in something, or I use something up, or I use a whole sample, or repurchase something, or just acquire another of something, it means that I really like it. Anyway, going along, another one that has a pretty nice little dent in it is Sorcellerie Apothecary Match Made in Heaven. This, I've worn it on so many dates and I've gotten complimented every single time I've worn it on a date, no matter who the person was, like all different people. This is just like a universally very flattering fragrance. It has matcha, which is a very realistic earthy matcha. It smells so good. And then vanilla soft serve, waffle cone, cherry blossom, almond, and sandalwood. I feel like the vanilla soft serve and waffle cone really go in there. That's where I've worn this a lot too, is like ice cream dates that I've gone on, and again, I feel like I've smelled just like walking into an ice cream shop. And you know, even if I'm not seeing certain people that I've gone on ice cream dates anymore, I'm sure that they walk into an ice cream shop and they smell it and they think of me because of how good I smelled every single time, and they would just kind of be like one person specifically said like it still smells like the ice cream shop even though we left a while ago and like we've been walking around, and I was like, yeah, that's my fragrance. So again, not trying to be full of myself necessarily, but they're definitely thinking of me whenever they go get ice cream. Lastly, we are on to the makeup, which is another smaller-ish category just because, like I said, I've been focused a lot on my Project Pan products, so I haven't been switching around and trying as many new things. One that I had tried before and then hadn't used it in years and then rediscovered it is the Milani Make It Last Original setting spray. This one is really good. I have currently the Charlotte Tilbury one. My older sister gave me that one because she didn't like it, and she likes the Milani one, which is weird to me because both of them wear pretty similarly, like they do essentially the same thing, which is why I realized like, oh, I like the Milani one. Like I like the Charlotte Tilbury one as well, but the Milani one does the same thing for significantly cheaper. So this is a brand new bottle that I actually won in a giveaway. Again, I'm finishing up the Charlotte Tilbury one I have before opening this one up, but I think this is gonna be kind of my go-to setting spray from here on out, because unless there's something else that comes out that is really intriguing and that I really feel like is going to change the game with setting my makeup, there's some that I've tried that I'm just like, and then the only really new eye product I have, because Lord knows I don't need to be buying any eyeshadow palettes ever, but of course I had to buy some Phytosurgence. I saw these and wanted them. This is the shade Hypnotic Honey from their Flash Florescence cream shadows, and I just get so much use out of this one. I really like putting just a warm brown color all over the shade and in the crease, and then this on top, because as you can see it has kind of a little bit of a shimmer in it, or I guess I don't want to call it glitter because it's not really glittery, but it's definitely just like more of a sparkle than it being just metallic. And again, it's absolutely stunning. Another one that I just kind of wear all the time on dates, in my day-to-day life, and I get compliments on my makeup. Also from Phytosurgence, I've really been enjoying their Skin Spark and Ignite. This one is like the sister to, what is that one? I have it on my face, Inferno, but like the darker sister and a little bit more pinky. Inferno I feel like is a little bit more of almost a rosy coral-ish on my skin tone, but this one has been really good, especially when I want something that's more pink. And then when I haven't been using my Phytosurgence blushes, honestly the blush that I've been going toward is the LYS Higher Standard Satin Matte Cream Blush in the shade Empower, which is their like berry tone shade. And especially when my skin is darker in the summertime and I've got like a nice little tan going on, there's something about this on like my summer skin tone that is just like like it eats so well. So really nice one. Thank you so much for my friend Shea for like recommending this. I remember seeing it and like immediately going online, or seeing her use it, going online and buying it. And even for a while it was just like, I don't know how I feel about this one on my skin, but I think it was just me having to work through some internalized issues about makeup and my skin tone, and once I got through those issues I was just like, oh, this is actually really cute. The mascara that I've been using pretty much all year, I did get it sent to me, but it's again so good that I've been using it. It's the Honest Beauty Extreme Length Mascara and Lash Primer, and I have never really tried a lash primer before this, and I feel like the lash primer, even when I don't use the lash primer, this mascara is really good. I feel like the lash primer does add just a little bit of extra oomph to my lashes, and my lashes I don't feel like are something that I ever really got complimented a lot about until I started using this mascara. I've had quite a few people like slide into my DMs and be like, your lashes, or like on a TikTok video be like, your lashes look so pretty here. So yeah, this is the literal, well, I have one more mascara that's waterproof, but again, I don't use waterproof makeup a lot because I don't have as much of a need for it. But I have been mainly using this, and it's so good. It's a really deep black. It separates. Again, with the primer, I feel like it gives pretty good volume, but even on its own, it gives, I would say, more definition than volume, but still is a really good, well-rounded, just good mascara. Lastly, our lips, and honestly I stand by these so much that even though I don't have the final product ones, these are just like the lab sample tubes that I used for photo swatches that I did for Phytosurgence. I'm still going to talk about them. I labeled them and all because I just absolutely love them. These are the new Phytosurgence lip balms. They actually restocked on the day that I am recording this, so I don't know if they'll be out of stock again by the time this video goes up. If they aren't, then I'll put a link for them, not an affiliate link, but just a general link for them, because I know a lot of people have been wanting to get their hands on this, especially in like the indie makeup community, because they're so good. There is the shade, like honestly I like all of the shades on myself. Clear Coast I have been wearing to bed more than some of my like higher end or more expensive lip mask treatment. And then Tender Tides is a really nice kind of like strawberry shade. Soft Swells is like a mauve with a little bit of a cool purple tone to it, at least on my lips. And then I really love Warm Waves and Brave Break. My favorite is probably Warm Waves. I actually had this one on earlier, and I'll reapply some so that you can see. It's just like a beautiful My Lips but better, you know, kind of pinky, kind of brown. Sits on the lips well. I know I had something that was a little bit glossier under it, but even when it's not on, it's not like glossy, but it definitely looks like hydrated. These are just so good. Even if I did not do the swatch photos for these, I would probably still have purchased them, or at least a few of them, and still be raving about them because they're really good. And it was really cool getting to like try out the different iterations during the, I guess, behind the scenes development process. And it's cool to see where the final product ended up because it came a really long way, and that was so exciting. But that is everything for my half year favorites. We'll have to see if these make the cut again in December. I don't know, this is a lot and my brain is a little bit mushy and my throat hurts a little bit from talking so much, so I think I'm going to just go ahead and sign off. I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy wherever you are when you're watching this, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.